Hi guys, Dave here with the Nelson Group at Keller Williams Realty. Thank you for tuning into our monthly news skim. Hey, we're going to try to start doing these videos at least once a month just to give you an idea, just a quick snapshot of what's going on with the real estate market. I have a lot of clients that like to just be updated at least, once every quarter to see what the market's doing, how we're trending, what our level of appreciation is. And the big question right now, Dave, are we heading into a shift in the market? We're being asked that almost on a daily basis. And honestly, we don't have that infamous crystal ball that we're all looking for. However, here's what we do know. So we tend to trend, our Idaho Falls market tends to trend about 6 months to a year behind some of the bigger economies. Phoenix, Seattle, Sacramento areas, and we've got referral partners over in those areas that we're in contact with, and they are all beginning to say that the average days on market that it takes a home to sell is starting to increase, and the inventory levels are starting to increase. Now, historically, we know that those are two primary indicators that we may be heading into a shifted market. So will Idaho Falls get hit as hard if we do? And again, guys, I don't feel like this is going to be just another 2007 and 8 repeated. We've been way too tight on lending for us to go into another depression. However, will we level out? I almost think that we have to. We've been on an upward trajectory now for about 10 years, and the real estate market cycles about every 7. So I feel like something's got to give. We've been blessed with just an incredible amount of appreciation over the last few years, and a lot of you have cashed out on that and kind of moved to bigger homes or maybe downsized, and it's just been a gift from the market. So it's been awesome to see. Will it keep going? It's hard to say. I anticipate at least another probably good year worth of growth until we level out, but that's just my opinion, so take it for what it's worth. Anyway, I'm just going to dive into some of the meat and potatoes of the market stats. To let you guys know, in Bonneville County, now keep in mind these are all residential homes in Bonneville County. This does not include investment property or commercial property. We do have that data, and I'm happy to share it with you if you want to just give me a call and let me know that you need it, and I'll get it out to you. In Bonneville County, residential closed units from January 1 to December 31st, we had 1,989 homes closed. Now, 2017, that number was 2,081. So we're down about 4% on closed inventory in Bonneville County. Our average days on market last year went from 47 days on market in 2017 to 42 days on market in 2018. So on average, it was taking a little bit less time to sell homes than it was in 2017. We also track a stat that's called the list to sell ratio. This just means on average, what are sellers having to negotiate in order to get their home sold? How much are they giving away off of what they're asking? And it's not much, guys. So if you're a buyer out there in this market and you're really looking for that deal where you can walk in and get 10 or 20 grand off a home, within that $200,000 range, it's probably going to be pretty tough unless it's a home that's been sitting on the market for quite some time. That list to sell ratio across the board last year was 99.5%. So basically what that means is on average, sellers were only giving up 0.5% in negotiations. So when you're looking at a home that's $200,000, that's only about $1,000 that they're willing to negotiate off. Okay, so what was our average selling price last year? It was $217,000. Well, in 2017, it was $193,000. That's a 13% increase year over year. Now, I don't know if we can necessarily say that was our rate of appreciation, because there's a lot of factors that come into place when you're calculating that, and of course your appreciation can be different in different price brackets. But I feel like that's a pretty good indicator. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to say that our appreciation year over year has been between 9 and 11%. I think that's a pretty safe estimate. Okay, which by the way is phenomenal. Okay, so another thing that we want to jump into is something that we track. It's called the absorption rate, and you're going to hear me refer to this through these, in the future quite a bit. So I'm going to tell you what it means really quick and then what it is. The absorption rate is a tool that we use to measure whether it's a seller's or a buyer's market, okay? And we measure that based on how many months of inventory is still left in the market. So if there's 6 months worth of inventory, Usually that's a balanced market. Anything above 6 months is a buyer's market. Anything below 6 months is a seller's market, okay? And basically what it means is if we, across the board in Bonneville County, were not to list another home starting today, yet we were to continue selling the homes at the same rate that we are right now, how long would it take to clear out all the existing inventory? That's what we call the absorption rate. Okay, right now our absorption rate is 1 month of inventory. So it's still an extreme seller's market. Sellers do tend to have the leverage right now, and I'm sure those of you that are out there looking to buy a house right now are just kind of pulling your hair out. You're wondering, what are we doing wrong, or what is our agent doing wrong? Why is there no inventory? And guys, it's not you. It's a lack of inventory. I mean, we have very little supply and a high demand. To give you an example of how many homes are currently on the market right now in Bonneville County, there's 195 homes on the market in Bonneville County. Now, in 2012, there was 850 homes in 2012 on the market. So that gives you an example of really, I mean, how limited the inventory is. Okay, I think we've covered most of what I wanted to cover today. Again, I want to make these fairly quick. And for those of you out in Jefferson County, I guess we don't want to forget those numbers too. Awesome stats. So last year in Jefferson County, we closed 375 units. That's down 2% from 2017. Our average days on market was 45 days in 2018. So right there with Bonneville County. Average list to sell ratio was 99.22%. So just a little bit lower than what we saw in Bonneville County, but still a great number for sellers. Average selling price, this is the one that actually blew my mind a little bit. It's $242,000. So our average selling price in Bonneville County was $217,000. Jefferson County's $242,000. So significantly higher than what we're pulling in Bonneville County. I thought that was pretty cool to see. And in 2017, it was $223,000 in Jefferson County. So that's an 8% increase year over year in the average selling price, just to give you guys an example. So anyway, I hope you found this data helpful. We are really looking forward to 2019. Again, I think the market's going to stay strong. Interest rates are still incredibly low, even though it seems like they've been tampering with them a little bit. Remember, a rule of thumb, a 1% increase in your interest rate will affect your buying power by 11%. So if you really see those rates start to increase, keep in mind, it makes a big difference on what you're able to get approved for. So if there's any reason, you know, even though the inventory is really low to, you know, try and secure a home, if you're looking to buy, it would be to beat the rates. Because you'll be able to, you know, you'll be able to get a loan for much more of a home than you would if the rates were going to increase. Again, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Nelson Group's monthly skim. We will be sending these out once a month. Please remember us for any of your friends, family, anybody that you guys know that are looking to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate. 17 years worth of experience now. We are ranking in the top team status in the Northwest region of the United States for families served. We've got some really great things going and a great team put together, and I know that you will be pleased with your services. So again, thanks for tuning in, and take care.